For the rear wheel, first grease the threaded end of the shaft with the same grease as it was for front wheel. For the installation, please make sure that the pins on the shaft fits into the holes on the wheel. That puts it into position. So let's do it. That's it. Wheel is into position. First, install the spacer. Then comes the washer. And the ring nut. Okay, I'll retighten it, but not with full torque. Torque wrench is set. Let's put it into position. Now it's stable. So the distance between the axis and the grip is roughly half a meter. It means that you have to apply roughly 46 kilograms in a position that is anything but stable. You can support it with the rear wheel. The bike is on side stand and in the first gear. And let's start tightening it. And that's it. 230 Newton meters. I'm done. For the circuit installation, you've got 4 holes in the shaft, and one of them has to be in the same position with one of the cut on the ring nut. In most cases, they were always fit. So in a case there is a slight difference, I usually made the fine-tuning by the impact wrench. But so far I didn't need it. So we can see that this hole is in position. So let's install it. That's it. Circuit is on its place. Before reinstalling the silencer, I would like to tell a few words about this valve here in the exhaust pipe. As a normal operation, when you put the ignition on, you can hear the noise of a stepper motor up here, and it makes a full movement. And during riding, it behaves a way, then closing or reaching the RPM to 4000 and above, the system starts to close the exhaust. Well, it could be a pain in the ass for a lot of people. One of the reasons is that there are a lot of complaints that the valve is stuck. It could happen when you ride often under wet conditions and some corrosion make it stuck, but considering that at every ignition there is the movement then I don't know what is the frequency it would happen. So for me, for 4 years, that's okay. To avoid the closure of the exhaust, you can remove the system, or you can simply eliminate it. Because if you detach the plug, the ECU will get you a warning that he could not see the stepper motor. So there's a small eliminator unit, and if you install it, there will be no closing anymore, and there will be no warning signal. To make the silencer installation more visible, I removed the heat shield cover, because if you check it, there's a pin on the exhaust pipe, and here is the groove. And when you reinstall it, you have to make sure that the pin goes into the groove. So let's see it. That's okay, it's in position. The silencer is in position since there are two tubes connected. We've got some play, and if possible, please make sure that the silencer would be as far from this console as possible, because in a case it's too close, then if you use a side case, the heat shield can scratch the silencer, or the console itself can scratch the lower cover. Well, the tightening torque of the clamp is 22 Newton meters, plus minus 10% is the tolerance. So let's find it. That's it. And let's tighten it. That's it, 22 Newton meters. For the installation of the lower cover, we've got 3 screws and the washer. The washer is under this hole, so yeah, it will be a fun way. Let's start the installation. For a relatively easy installation, I suggest to install the upper screw first. It's quite impossible to make it recorded, because I would be on the way. The next step is to apply the washer, the middle one, and then find the hole. That's it. For the lower screw, you need that useful mirror on the floor to find it. upper one in this position. I have no access. The socket wrench, so I have to do it manually. Tightening torque for these screws are 5 Newton meters. Since I have no chance to get access to the upper screw, I have to do it manually, but if you're experienced enough, you know when your grip provides 5 Newton meters. For the rest of them, I've got the socket wrench. That's it. We are done. When I removed the rear wheel, there was a thought came into my mind. Do I use the socket in a good way? Because as I told, I both use the manual ratchet and the impact wrench sometimes. Depends on the environment. But the sockets for manual ratchets and for impact wrench are basically different. So what is the difference behind? So this is a socket for manual use. These ones are mainly made of chrome vanadium, that is resistive against the permanent force. When I use a manual ratchet, I apply a permanent force, of course, because it needs time to loosen the screw or the nut. Why the sockets made for impact wrench are made of chrome molybdenum, and they has to be resistant against the impact, the hits that the tool makes. And what I can see is that the wall is thicker for the impact wrench socket than for the manual one. It means that while this impact wrench socket would be suitable for manual usage, the manual one has got its limitation for impact wrench usage. As a personal experience, I found it that when I used in the past this manual socket for an impact wrench, after a time it's got loosened in a way. So since then I use this one for the impact wrench. Simplifying the difference is that the manual one is silver and the impact one is black. But the special tool I bought for the rear wheel ring nut is made of a special alloy of stainless steel. I'm not aware of the different alloys of the stainless steel, but frankly speaking, I don't know if it's suitable for both manual and impact wrench usage. So I think I will ask the supplier